A new report to Congress by the Trump administration justifying the killing last month of Iranian General Qasem Soleimani directly contradicts President Donald Trump's first claim of why he ordered the attack.
Here's a summary of the article.
Representative Elliot Engel, DNY, the committee's chairman, argued that the administration's new report to Congress about the January 3 attack on Soleimani directly contradicts the president's false assertion that he attacked Iran to prevent an imminent attack against United States personnel and embassies. The administration's report made public Friday says that Trump directed this action in response to an escalating series of attacks in preceding months by Iran and Iran-backed militias on United States forces and interests in the Middle East region. In its report, the administration said the purpose of the attack on Soleimani was to protect United States personnel, to deter Iran from conducting or supporting further attacks against United States forces and interests, to degrade Iran's and Quds Force-backed militias' ability to conduct attacks, and to end Iran's strategic escalation of attacks on, and threats to U.S. interests. Trump administration officials said after the strike that Soleimani had been planning imminent attacks on Americans, and as a result had to be stopped. A week after his killing, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said, "There was no doubt that there were a series of imminent attacks that were being plotted by Qasem Soleimani." The administration's report on Friday said that Article 2 of the Constitution empowers the President, as Commander-in-Chief, to direct the use of military force to protect the nation from an attack or threat of imminent attack to and protect important national interests. While Iraq's late leader Saddam Hussein was the initial focus of that statute, the report notes, the statute long has been used to authorize the use of force for the purpose of establishing a stable, democratic Iraq and addressing terrorist threats emanating from Iraq.
This post received a score of 31,214, with an upvote ratio of 86%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
That's how it all works now. Lion when no one gets removed from office or goes to jail for war crimes, openly admit it right afterwards to rub it in everyone's face.
What makes me so mad is that Trump loves to point out that Soleimani was designated as a terrorist by Obama in 2011. Like somehow that makes it okay to kill him.
He works to undo anything associated with the Obama administration unless it provides a convenient scapegoat.
Greater than he works to undo anything associated with the Obama administration that was probably Trump's main motivation for killing Soleimani, as now Soleimani is no longer designated as a terrorist.
In my opinion, it was more that Trump was jealous yet again and wanted his own bin Laden moment to bask in the limelight. In his own warped mind, he probably thought it would take the heat off his back as well.
He did it the morning after the release of OBM emails the Justice Department had redacted becoming unredacted. Those emails blew a hole in most of his remaining arguments about people not knowing or being concerned about the legality of the hold itself and showed officials were telling his team that it was absolutely illegal. That got drowned out pretty successfully. Also, the person who sent those emails pointing out the hold was illegal was fired immediately after the Senate vote.
On one hand, I would have liked to see this evidence presented at the Senate trial, read, sham. On the other hand, I know it wouldn't have mattered because apparently hard evidence of criminal wrongdoing and abuse of power is no longer the bar needed to remove a Republican president from office.
Actually, the new precedent is that pretty much anything a president does is fine unless the opposition party has a two-thirds road majority in the Senate. The two-party system and Americans' obsession with teams has destroyed the checks and balances that were designed. There is likely no way American democracy recovers from this series of events as both parties have become aware of what the new norms are. This will likely continue until one party is able to take complete control of the government.
Or we finally get a third party.
But Pompeo, in an interview with Fox News, added, "We don't know precisely when and we don't know precisely where, but it was real," Pompeo said in an interview that aired Thursday night on Fox News. Using this logic, there's nothing this administration can't and won't justify.
Their impeachment defense include the theory even if the president circumvents normal channels of government and diplomacy to achieve a goal that will benefit his re-election campaign, it is not an abuse of power because they feel re-election is in the nation's best interest. The Trump administration's justification and defenses of its more questionable actions is simply the logical conclusion of decades of creeping executive overreach that Congress has allowed and even encouraged as it took the responsibility for tough solutions sure to displease voters away from them. I do what I want.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.